Hey, how's it going, y'all? We're having this conversation about meditation and what it is and how to do it. And I was sharing some of my experience with transcendental meditation. I think there's a lot of information on that out there that's available already. So I just wanted to share my own kind of technique that I've developed that isn't about meditation per se, but lucid dreaming and how to get into that state. I've been lucid dreaming for about 20 years now, more than 20 years. I guess since 1999 is the first time that I actively had a lucid dream and was able to control it. Now, it's not something that I do on a really regular basis now because it's like a muscle that you got to work out, and it's a lot of work. So I'm going to explain basically how in the way that is commonly taught and practiced, and also briefly explain my own technique that I've come up with that I don't know if anybody else has done it quite like this, but it's kind of similar to a state you get in. Talking about the videos I just shared with this friend group that I'm in, there's a video of David Lynch talking about transcendental meditation and what it actually is. And I feel like that gets you into a state that's sort of like lucid dreaming, but when you're awake. So, anyway, to get into lucid dreaming, sort of the more conventional way that is taught, a very good thing to do is to just keep like a dream journal. This is my dream journal. I've kept it for a very long time, many years, since 1999. And this is all filled with like pretty much nothing but dreams I've had, both sides. So yeah, I've got tons of them written down, and it's not something that I do every day now because it ends up taking so much of your time. But the basic technique is to go to bed with an intention of being in control of your dreams. And then when you wake up in the morning, if you remember your dreams, just write them down. Write down what you can remember. It might be a word, it might be a phrase, it might be a sentence. And what you'll find is that over the course of days and weeks, you remember more and more each day, so that eventually you're able to write several pages. And this is just what works for me, right? There's a lot of information out there, other methods, other techniques that I'm sure work just as well. So if you're interested in that, I would suggest researching it and finding the technique that works for you. Now, I did that. That's sort of the long path. What I've discovered for myself recently, within the past year, is a way to start off lucid. So I do it like this. Now, this worked for me because I'm a builder. I've done a lot of design and SketchUp, so I'm kind of used to, through a computer interface, working in these blank 3D spaces and adding into them. So there's a term called voxel that's used to describe a point in space on a neurological scan, like on a CAT scan or an MRI. They'll give a voxel, which is basically three coordinates to describe like a spot in the brain where a certain activity was seen, or like where a lesion was. They'll give these points. So I kind of describe it as a voxel technique. It's really simple. And you can do this during the middle of the day when you want to have a nap or something like that. I'll set a timer for like 30 minutes or less than that, and I'll just wait till I'm kind of drowsy, ready to take a nap. or you could do it before bed and just imagine yourself in a completely formless area. Just close your eyes and envision that you're in a, like, sort of an empty room. You can make it black, you can make it white, whatever. And just try to maintain that. Just being in an empty room, nothing else there. From that point, as you maintain that, you'll start to drift into sleep, but you can kind of stay on that line, walk that fine line, like that tightrope, between being awake and being conscious. And at that time, you can start to build your dream as you want to, rather than going into a dream and everything's just crazy and then you kind of wake up in the dream. This is starting off from zero and building it as you want. And you can call in whoever you want or whatever you want, and sort of dance around and do anything that you please, really. I guess it would be similar to the training sequences in The Matrix, in the original one, where Lawrence Fishburne's character is, in that empty room with Neo, and stuff just starts to appear. But you could do a lot more in this dream state, this lucid dream state, than you can in any type of VR or AR or any simulation. So it's really neat. It's pure creativity. It's using just your conscious mind to do whatever you want. I'm sure other people have done similar things. This is just my own personal technique, and I hope that anybody that is able to hear that and work from it is able to get good results and find whatever it is that you're looking for, whether it's some answers to questions or just to have fun. All right, take care.